What's up, brothers? This is Justin with Masonic Improvement. In this video, I just want to talk to you real quick about something that's really important to me, and it's really important to all of our lodges and the fraternity as a whole. Before I get into this, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I usually try to put things out about once a week. So what I want to talk about today is the election of officers. And I know this is a little late in the month, but I know there's still several lodges that still haven't met yet and had their elections. But what I really just want to drive the point about is how important it is to be sure that the people you're electing are competent leaders. And especially when you're talking about the three chairs, the junior warden, the senior warden, the worship master, but it also applies to the treasurer and the secretary as well, which tend to be more long-term commitments. So you definitely want to focus in on who's in those chairs. And the reason I even feel I need to make this video is because too often we see the progressive line having the priority over actual evaluation of competence, leadership skills, knowledge of the ritual. And what happens when you put those to the wayside in favor of the progressive line is you end up with bad leadership in lodges. And this can be really tricky as well. Usually you only get one nomination for most offices. So anything out of the ordinary will usually raise eyebrows. But if there's someone in that progressive line that's coming to the east or even the west or the south, and you just have this feeling, or you know for a fact that these people do not need to be in leadership positions, then I feel that you have an obligation upon yourself to nominate somebody else for that position. And even this junior warden, what you need to keep in mind is if they go through the chairs and you just sit back and let the progressive line do his business, that person's going to end up in the east eventually. And so it's really important to start standing up and nominating people that you feel is the best for that position. And obviously you probably want to pull this guy aside that you're going to nominate and tell them, talk it over with them first. Don't just nominate anybody out of the blue. But I have seen lodges that have nominated people to the east, west, the south, and just let that progressive line play its, do its thing. And it's so easy to let the progressive line just work its, work all by itself. There's no conflict, there's no difficulties unless you put somebody in the wrong office, which is still conflict and difficulties. I know of one lodge for sure right now. I'm not going to name names, but they're about to have an election of officers, thankfully, because they've had a really rough year because they just allowed this progressive line to do its thing, and it blew up in their face so bad. It was terrible. So please, if you haven't had the election of officers yet at your lodge, I'm begging you, really consider who's going through those chairs and really decide if you think that's the best person to do it. I'm not suggesting you politic or anything like that. Don't do anything like that, but you need to look at the well-being of your lodge and the well-being of the fraternity as a whole. Because I'm telling you right now, if you have 5 good years at your lodge, all it takes is one bad year to ruin everything that everyone has worked for. So that's all I have to say for this video. Like I said, short and sweet. Please give me a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, brothers.